Hey girl, hey.
What's up, man?
What it do, y'all?
We are the Fab Five, and this is the Pretty Vocal Podcast.
The Pretty Vocal Podcast is a safe space created for us as Black women to voice our innermost thoughts and feelings about topics most people discuss in private because they are afraid to discuss it in public.
In this space, we dig deep, we keep it cute, but we never put it on mute.
Let's get pretty vocal.
Welcome back, y'all.
Yeah, did y'all miss me?
We did miss you.
Yeah, we did.
We did. You came back all tan. Look at
Right.
you. All boring.
Glowing
Don't
and
sound look like a little
stuff.
chicken nugget.
Well, welcome back to the Pretty Vocal Podcast, and we'll hop right in with a loose lip topic. Ooh. Now, why I gotta be the one to read this one? Have you ever pooted during sex?
No, now.
That's what the card said.
I haven't, but the coochie banucci has a mind of its own.
Yeah, guilty of that for sure,
The
but
coochie-
no.
Hold up, pause. The coochie banucci?
Yeah,
Yeah.
I follow this girl on Instagram. Her name Drea. That's what she called it. So now she got me saying it.
The coochie banucci. Okay, I think I done been in this situation,
Yeah.
but
Yeah.
not.
But not from the back end.
Nah.
Yeah, no.
What
Good
y'all think?
coochie make a lot of noise, but
Yeah.
What y'all think? What you think your dude would do?
He would probably throw up. Because you knew your stomach was hurt. No,
Oh my God.
You knew you weren't ready.
you should have used the bathroom
What?
first.
I think Donald would laugh, depending on how it smells. He might
That's what I'm
laugh, or he
saying.
might be like,
Now, Jay.
"Now, Jay."
I
It'll
mean, he
be like
already
this.
caught
It'll
you.
be like-
I was about to say now stink.
Now stink.
That thing gonna go
This
from this
is
to
stink.
this.
Cause what?
We
Yeah.
might just have to go to another room.
Yeah.
Let that stay in here. We're going to go in there.
Oh my God.
I meant this for life. You know what I'm saying? You asked me to marry you. That's with
This come
everything,
with me.
right?
Now, I have
Yeah.
heard somebody tell me that happened with them before. And I was like, and they kept going.
I don't think I done pooted, but after this episode airs, I'm sure Daryl will tell me if I'm lying. About it.
Why you get there a lot of other people?
We in here airing this bitch out.
All right. I would die. Like, I don't like stuff like this. Like, don't even come in the bathroom with me. I don't want to. I don't like that.
And
Really?
It
I'm
took me a
super
long
open.
time to even poot around on her. And when I did,
I ain't finna turn my stomach up for nobody.
Nobody.
I learned that lesson a long time ago, and you know
She
it's,
probably would
it's,
go somewhere else and do
Yeah,
it.
it's
it seemed
comfortable
like I
and
didn't
free
have
as I
to.
am, child. I don't be bothered. I come in the bathroom with you while you use the
No,
bathroom.
no,
I don't be
no.
bothered.
We know you be closing us out when we be getting ready.
Yeah.
And
Jerry be like, I got
everybody be like this. And Jasmine be like,
Titties out.
Everybody
I be like,
coochie head well.
I'm going in the bathroom. I'll see y'all in a minute.
My mama private like that though. I have never heard my mama poop in my life.
Yeah.
Mm-mm. Nope.
Girl.
Her husband hasn't either.
Yeah.
What?
Mm-mm.
Me and Donna moved
She get
in
up and
together.
go.
And yeah, and then that's when it happened.
Yep. She get up and go.
Yeah.
And then she be looking at me like, who raised you?
I don't
It'd be
give a
room-
damn.
We was in there watching a movie, Christmas. They were out there and I had to fart.
Was it loud?
Absolutely.
That's absolutely.
You just say you in my house.
Okay, she did my house.
My mom was like, damn. What? It happened.
Oh my God.
It's better out than in.
Mm,
I'm,
for
I'm
sure.
like, Jess, I'm not gonna be uncomfortable.
Mm-hmm.
Cause I remember a long time when I first started dating Carson's dad, I could not I feel like my body just knew.
Yep.
I could never use the bathroom around
Yeah.
him or anything. It would just always be just
Yeah.
nothing.
Yeah.
And my stomach would be hurting. And then it's like, then I guess the more comfortable I was getting with him, the gas was like, all right, we can do this. But I was like, no, we can't. Yeah, I'm going to tell y'all a story. Y'all listen real quick. So one time, I was still not comfortable, just pooting around him. He in the shower, so free game. I'm in here. I know he going to be in there for a while. Cool. Y'all done put it under the cover.
Ooh.
This man came out of the shower. He can't get up under the. He pulled it up. That man said.
Let me put these back down.
Ooh,
Girl,
it
what
was
the
stuck
fuck
under
you was
there.
in here doing?
Now you know you should have
With
fanned it
traffic.
out.
I was trying. I thought I got a good whiff of it out. No,
Not with the
It
fart
was-
pros. You
no.
supposed to whip it out.
You
It
no,
was
it's,
still-
no. What you should have done, he was in the shower. You just pull it back.
Girl, listen. I wasn't thinking at the time clearly, but you know, after that it was free game. I was like, well, you done smelled it now, so here we go.
Yeah.
Look like all of them smell the same.
Right.
You done smelled it.
Yeah.
I hope the listeners taking notes. Okay, if I want to fart around my man, I need to do this.
Takeaways for the day.
Oh my
Okay.
God. Not the
But
takeaways.
let's transition into our topic for today, which is on ownership. So a few episodes ago, a previous episode, we talked about entrepreneurship and like people, why we thought that people our age were like going into being entrepreneurs, blah, 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 blah. So I want for us to talk about today, why do we feel like us as millennials have moved to that? Like, we want to own all the things. We want to own our cars. We want to own our houses. We want to have ownership over things. What do you guys feel like has gotten us there? Or what are your, views on that?
I feel like for me, I don't like to owe people anything. So I guess as a child, because I wasn't taught financial literacy, that I was like, when I grow up, everything gonna always be paid for. Like, I ain't gonna owe nobody nothing. Not realizing, how bills and stuff work. And so, my first car was kind of that lesson for me, because I was like, when I get my first car, my gas ain't gonna never be on E. I'm not even gonna let it get close to the E. None of that. Child, look. Life got the life, and they said, yeah, all right.
Okay.
But I feel like, for me, like I said, I just don't like to owe anybody. So I would prefer to own my house or own my car. I miss not having a car note. So, and then I also feel like we're the generation of, you're not gonna talk to me like that. And now that we're going through a lot of mental healing and, soul searching and things like that, it's like, you're not about to talk to me like this or treat me this way or stress me out or make my mental go in a direction it shouldn't, and it's not necessary, because you know what, honestly, you need me. Honestly, at a lot of jobs, they'll be like, they'll replace you. It costs money for them to keep replacing people. So
You
really,
can't
you
replace
hold the
anybody.
car. Right, you hold the cars, honestly. And for me, when I started my business, I felt a sense of freedom, because there's nobody micromanaging, nobody over me. And now I do work from home for another company now, but when I say nobody micromanages, this is the healthiest work environment I've ever had. I'm not stressed out. Like, yeah, I feel like that's really where the ownership comes in from my perspective.
Girl, just shut the whole episode down because she done said it all.
Ditto.
the check out. No, seriously, to your point, one thing that you said was financial literacy. I don't feel like our parents, although they paid all their bills, and kept the roof over our head, credit was not just a thing. I'm teaching my mom about credit, and my siblings about credit and how important that is and what you can get in X, Y, and Z. So I think that we just have more information. I mean, the internet is a tool that we use, even if we use it for, it's like bullshit sometimes. It's still tools that we can use on the internet that help us, okay, this is how we need to work. This is the work environment we should be in. This is how we should prepare a resume. This is how we should do, be credit savvy and financially stable. These are the things. And sometimes that goes into, okay, well, let me look at this list and see if I'm getting this.
Negotiating salaries.
Yeah, and negotiate. Girl.
This job was the first time I've ever done that.
And let me
it
tell
felt
you something.
amazing.
No, people will call me every time they get a job. Okay, so how you negotiate a salary? I don't care if they're not gonna resend the offer. So if I want $15,000 more, that's what I want. So
And
what you
the
gonna
only
do?
thing they can say is no, and then you say no.
And then you say
Right.
no, or y'all can meet in the middle. I'm fine with meeting in the middle, but. So anyways, yeah, we just need to, we know our worth now.
Yeah.
Opposed to before, our parents were, okay, I got this job, I'm going to stay in it for 40
For
years.
life.
I'm not doing it.
I can't.
I'm not doing it. My mom was like, why you keep skipping around, girl? Because they don't know my worth.
Yeah.
So now I got to go to somebody else. And to Jess's point, I actually am with the company now where the work environment is healthy. We have unlimited PTO. I mean, I work from home. If I need to do something, they're not on my back about it. Like, so now I found that, well, at least for now. But yeah, that's my take on it.
Same. I've been with my company for a while, but with this specific team, it is amazing. Like that makes me feel like I'll stay with them longer because I feel valued, I feel seen, I feel validated, and I feel like it's a great work-life balance. Like I care about that. Even when my mom had surgery, I went on caregiver leave. It was no issues. When I came back, everybody, how's your mom? Is everything okay? If you need any time, I feel like they genuinely care. It's like a family, you know. Nobody's micromanaging me. Like if I want to sleep in, I'm gonna sleep in. As long as I get my work done, it's like I feel like an adult in a position. Like with the raises and bonus, they show you like, hey, we appreciate you. You're valued on this team, and that makes me want. With that type of thing, I can stay with a company. You know what I mean? As long as you continue to see my worth and I'm evolving, especially financially.
Okay.
Because I don't necessarily need more responsibility as long as I get more cash.
Okay.
Okay. But even my car, I've had my car since 2013. It's been paid off a while, and I'm just like, oh, I don't want to have to go get no new car. So any little thing be happening, I be trying to go and get it fixed because I love not having a car note. Like I feel very proud that that's one thing that I own. I didn't have a co-signer. This is only my second car. My mom bought me my first, so I just feel like at 32, like that's real good. Fresh out of college, and I still got that car. Okay.
Absolutely.
So, I feel excited.
I hear, like, when listening to y'all, I hear y'all basically saying, like, we have the opportunity to have ownership. Like, with our parents or grandparents or whoever, like, the opportunities that we have weren't the same opportunities that they have. So we actually taking advantage of those opportunities. I ditto everything that all of y'all have said. Y'all know how, which I talk about it often, so y'all know how important, like, ownership is for me. But what do we do? Because I don't feel like everybody needs to be an entrepreneur. My favorite line, I don't know where I got it from, but I quote it all the time, is in life, like, you are building somebody's empire. Whether it's your empire or somebody else's empire, we're all building an empire. And I feel like that some of us are here to be entrepreneurs, and then there are some that are here to be helpers to build somebody else's empire. Like, say y'all have not encountered a business where you like, you ain't got nobody business with a business.
Yes. I was actually just talking to my dad about this the other day with an employee of a particular place, and I'm like, it's not even code switching what this person does, and it's just like, you really should not. You should just be like a helper in the back where you don't talk to people because you're not friendly. Like, you're not friendly, and then it's like when you pick and choose, and that's not okay. Like, that's not how you run a business. So we were actually just talking about that, and I was like, that's crazy to me because ain't no way you would be the face of nothing. No.
So. And I feel like we get mad too, Black people specifically. Like, we get mad, like, y'all need to support Black-owned businesses, yada, yada, yada. And I do. Absolutely. If I have the choice, a good choice that's financially responsible, I'm going to go with, a Black person.
Absolutely.
If you're not delivering trash.
However, there are some of these businesses, don't get mad, like, fix what you got going on.
Right. Absolutely.
And then I don't mind supporting your business.
Right.
But just because it's a Black business, that don't mean I'm supposed to just put it with whatever, and I'm spending my hard-earned money.
Right.
And I think a lot of these Black-owned businesses are cocky with the fact that, well, it's Black-owned, y'all should support.
I was just about to say that.
I feel like I'm going to spend my money where I want to. I want to be treated right. I want to be have good service, good food, good quality, whatever the product is that I'm getting, good customer service. Like, I don't have to spend my money with you just because you Black owned. Like, I don't care about that. Like,
I feel like with like Candy's restaurants, I've never been personally, but I've heard like mixed reviews, and some people said the things that I've seen. They feel like, she feels you're supposed to spend your money there because it's her, because it's Candy, not just because she's Black. And then on top of that, she's Black, and then it's like, she's on TV like she. I feel like some people feel like the quality of food has gone down because they like, we know you're going to come here anyway because it's a chance you might be on TV or, this is what's hot right now. And I hate when restaurants or businesses in general do that. Like, you get a lot of publicity and then all of a sudden your quality of service or the quality of merchandise or whatever just plummets because you don't care anymore. And I'm not saying that's how Candy is. I was just, using it as an example, but I hate that. Like, for me personally, if I do something wrong, I'm always trying to correct it. Like, if I'm doing something customized specifically for you, and you're like, hey, no, I don't like that, or hey, can you tweak this a little bit? Then I go back to the drawing board. Like, I'm not gonna be like, girl, because you're too picky. You're the customer.
Some people are not open to
You think I'm picky friend? You talking about me?
criticism. Some people are
Let me sit
not
my hot
open to constructive
No.
criticism, and I think as a business owner, you have to be open to that.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
now, I do think that even when you tell somebody you can fix X, Y, and Z, you can say it in a manner that they can receive that. You know what I mean? But I don't know. Some of these black-owned businesses, even we went out for Donald's birthday to some new lounge here, and the server girl, like, she was off the chain, and I was just like, where's the owner? So I went to speak to the owner. I said, this is a black-owned business, right? You want us black folks to come here and spend our money. Excuse me. We've had a table. We bought multiple bottles. Like, so we've spent money in here. And for this girl to be acting this way, like, that's going to be a no for me.
Yeah.
And and then he was like, he knew who I was talking about before
Wow,
I even
that
pointed her.
mean
I
other
said,
people.
Other people already said
that should say
something.
something to you. If you want us to come back in here and support you, you need to do something about that. Not saying fire her, but you have to be open to,
Yeah, some training. Some.
because my folks was almost ready about to beat her up. Like,
Okay, so
I
what
ain't
do you
gonna
do
be able to
if you have a friend? Your friend has a business and their business is not up to par. Do you still support, even if you say, okay, friend, like Jess said, you know, friend, this not right. These prices are not matching the product. You need to revamp your product or revamp your pricing.
Yeah.
Do you still support if they don't take your advice?
no.
Yeah, I was gonna say before you went to all the, I done had a conversation because y'all know how I feel about conversation. I had a conversation now, and you know, like Jasmine said, like I get to choose where I spend my money, and if I had that conversation and I can go get what it is that I'm wanting somewhere else,
Yeah.
and it's meeting my standard, then that's where I'm gonna go. Like even say, okay, so there's a photographer. Sometimes like Daryl has this idea of how he likes to shoot pictures. Like he wants for them to look natural. He don't want for them to look heavily edited. Like that's his thing. Sometimes he'll have people to come to him and they want that heavily edited look, cartoonish kind of like stuff. And he like, no. Like that's not something that I'm willing to bend on with my brand.
Yeah.
Right.
So they have that choice. Like I can give you photographer recommendations where you can go and you can get that. And I love that. And I wish other people would have that sort of outlook. Don't bend and break on what you want to do and what your values are.
Yeah.
But at the same time, don't expect me to spend my money with you
And
if you
don't
ain't
go
giving me
on-
what I want.
Yeah.
And don't go on the internet and be like, well,
Oh, I hate that.
my friend, if my friend was a entrepreneur, they would want me to support them, but they not support me. Because I'll go back and I'll look on your business page, and some of y'all don't have a business page, and that's
Exactly.
problem number one.
Absolutely.
A website. You don't have nothing
You
going
have
on.
nothing, okay? And you're on a rampage on social media about how nobody's supporting you when you don't have a brand.
And stop focusing on the negative anyway. Worry about the people who are supporting you. To me,
Exactly.
For sure.
like I can't stand like when people focus on the negative. Like I had to unfollow a girl on Twitter because she was a stylist and she was so focused on people not supporting her. But what about these big celebrities who you are booking with and a few people who are retweeting your stuff or whatever? Because I've retweeted her things, like I'm promoting you. And every time I see something, you talking about the negative, not expecting you to be clapping hands for the people who are supporting you, but why are you focused on the negative?
But
like
you
they get on my
need to.
nerves.
That's who paying your bills. You need to be clapping for the people. You need to
Yeah.
be highlighting the people
Yeah.
that are supporting you.
Yeah.
For
You
sure.
get on my nerves.
Yeah, that's really how you get more business is when you actually focus on, because if you're saying that she already has a celebrity clientele, right? So post that.
Yeah.
Post such
The
and
positive.
such has, supported my brand
Yeah.
because they have followers.
Yeah.
If you're focusing on the negative, oh well, nobody is supporting me, blah 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 blah, you're not getting publicity. You get unfollowed.
Yeah.
Because I personally, I don't like the negativity. Like I cannot deal with
How I
it.
feel about the supporting a friend after you've had the conversation, for me, it's kind of like, in my particular situation, I take constructive criticism well because I want my product to be better and I want it to be what you want, because if you're my friend and you're not supporting me, I don't have your support, then what makes me think, I'm going to have to support a stranger? You're going to be honest with me. You're going to tell me the truth and what I need to do to fix it, versus, let's say, a stranger bought it and felt some type of way, and then they go publicly posting it, and it makes it look worse. So I personally would take the advice and, just go back to the drawing board. So, it just depends. But, like, if they decide they're not going to listen and they still out there, I'm with Jasmine. Like, no, baby, I'll spend my money elsewhere. I love you, but.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
And I still retweet your stuff, repost, whatever. But as for me and my dollars,
they going somewhere else.
That's how I should show my support. I'll retweet your stuff. I'll repost it.
That's
but, child, I'm not going to spend. I'm not for wasting my coin.
Yeah,
I can't do that.
Exactly. Like, on God.
And you know what really, this grinds my gears, y'all. These nail techs. The nail techs that's like, well, y'all going to the Asians and it's black nail techs. Yeah, but I've been to black nail techs before.
I have never had a good experience.
And I have never had a good experience. You take all day, and I'm not saying that's everybody. Let me go. I won't say you. The times I've gone has taken all day. I have had, except for one girl. I'll take that back. But anyways, have taken all day, have had an attitude, show up late, got to leave, got to come back.
I got to babysit your kids while I'm getting my nails
get my nails done. So, I don't know how people can turn that narrative, but if more than just me, more than just you have had those experiences, then it's not us.
Yeah, because honestly, I don't book them. By the time I go on your page and it say, no soak-offs, no short nails, must get a design, $150 minimum, girl, gone. You working at your house, you don't have a bathroom, you don't have parking accessible for me. It's just, You have a dog, you have a cat, you have a baby daddy in your house, you have 6 kids. I just rather not buy it.
You lost me at the baby.
You got a baby daddy.
You lost me at the cat and the baby daddy.
I'm just saying. Everybody just sitting up in here.
Yeah, and it's not just nails, it's other services.
Yeah.
Hair.
Absolutely.
Lashes. Y'all, I went and got my lashes done one time, so when I lived in Lufkin. Of course.
Now, why would you go get your lashes done in Lufkin?
Girl, I don't know.
They gonna know who you talking about, because Lufkin this big.
Let them know, child. Lufkin, Texas.
No, Jesus.
I was like, okay, let me find somebody. And I had to go on, like, Style Seat. And y'all know I had a bad experience on Style Seat.
They be stealing your money.
So I went there, pulled up to the apartment, which is, okay, fine. It's a pandemic. People have lost, their primary spaces, whatever. Because when I was in College Station, I went to a girl. She was phenomenal, did it in her house. She was sanitary. When I got in there, she was sanitized. Fine. Okay, thinking I'm going to get the same experience. I get in there. It's dusty. Y'all know I got
touch my eyes.
I got asthma. So she's like, all right, let's go upstairs. Okay. Walk upstairs, y'all. And y'all know, I don't care. Smoke weed, whatever. I came out smelling like weed.
Yeah.
I said never again.
I've had a girl braiding my hair, passing the blunt back and forth between her sister. I swear to God. I was texting my best friend like, get me out of here.
Because, baby, this is synthetic. First of all, don't drop no ashes on
you. You was finna have a ball.
I'm finna walk out of here with my braids smelling like I just been at the club already. Like, I don't like that. Like, she literally, and the sister even asked me that I want to smoke. And she was like, girl, don't be asking her that. Oh, so that's inappropriate.
Okay, right.
That's inappropriate. Do I want to hit the blunt? But it ain't inappropriate for you to be passing back and forth.
So, all of that to say, ownership is good. But some of y'all need to be building somebody else's empire.
Oh, yeah. But if your client be down for the cause, then by all means.
But let your client initiate that, though.
Yeah,
right?
no, for sure.
Or at least say, hey, do you mind if I pass a blunt between me and my sister? Right. So you can say yes.
Don't even ask me, because I'm not going to feel comfortable telling you no, you can't do that in your house.
And we was in her house in Oak Cliff. Maybe she wasn't finna beat me up.
Yeah.
You probably shouldn't have said nothing. And I'm biased. Like, I don't know. So I'm oblivious to the area. So I probably would have been like, girl, nah. And she would have probably smacked the shit out of me.
Absolutely.
Yanking braids. That's your damn thing.
Absolutely.
I would have had ball spots and some more.
Okay, well, you can go.
Yeah.
I'm done. You can go.
done.
Right. No.
On the shade room.
Y'all gonna jump me.
Right.
On the shade room.
I got my hair, my locks braided a couple years ago when I still had baby locks. Got a palm tree now. But, baby, this lady had 5 kids, and they was doing virtual school, and
she was yelling at them, 2 + 2.
Yeah, she had set it off on the TV, but there was little kids sitting there, and I was like, they don't need to be seeing this stuff, and I was over there just cringing, and I'm like, girl, please hurry up and finish my hair. Then her cousin, they came over, her sister, they having a whole ghetto conversation, and I'm just sitting there like, baby, please.
I can't say nothing.
That's why
I
I
was
was
watching
this down on my phone.
I was watching Set
Okay.
It Off when I was a kid.
But I'm just saying, no, I was
Inappropriate.
too. But it's
Inappropriate.
just like, now as an adult seeing it, it's just like when you see, it's a natural thing. You see kids out of school in the middle of the day, like, why the hell the kid ain't in school?
Exactly.
That's why I'm like, why the hell you got this movie on? These kids in here, they supposed to be doing schoolwork and they
Right,
watching Set It Off.
Yeah.
Then I'm like, I have to be there for hours. So I was like, I used the bathroom. Y'all, they had
Ooh.
mop bucket in the bathroom, no shower curtain, the floor was nasty. I was like,
Yeah.
my pee went right back up. It was like, never
Yeah.
mind. Up.
Yeah.
Not it went back up.
It went back up. Never mind.
Yeah.
We ain't got to pee no
Girl.
more. Don't worry about it. So yeah, no, I've had a couple of experiences since I've been here, and so now that's why I only go to Memphis stylists and Memphis barbers because no, thank you.
We know how to
Yeah.
handle each other.
Mm-hmm.
Well, guys, on the ownership topic, I feel like we can do a little jazz jams.
Yes.
Okay, girl.
Speaking of ownership, I don't know if you guys have heard that Future sold his catalog, and a lot of people are just back and forth with it, but they say he got 8 figures for it.
Okay.
Okay.
So people,
But some people are like, that's so dumb. You should want to own your stuff. And some people are like, well, y'all not business minded. Y'all, this man just got 8 figures for this. Me, that's not my tax bracket, so I'm really not going to speak on it.
Mm-hmm.
But I feel like Future is one of the artists that, whether you support him or not, like he have number ones consistent. He's a very consistent artist. So I don't personally see nothing wrong with it. But then on the other hand, we have Ashanti who's redoing her album because they won't allow her to own her masters.
Mm-hmm.
So it's just like, it's a lot of big artists that have sold their masters, but I feel like if I was an artist, I would want to keep mine because
yeah.
I'm sure deals are even worse now. But then again,
Yeah.
I haven't been faced with 7-8 figures. You know what
Yeah,
I
right.
probably would have been like, where you want me to sign it?
Okay. Keith Glock said all the time. He was like, nothing less. I'm not signing
Yeah,
that.
like-
Yeah.
And he got that from Dolph because
Yeah.
Dolph owned all his
Yeah.
stuff, and I think it was very unfortunate in his early demise,
Mhm.
but it set his kids up for
Right,
life.
right.
Like he said in his song, I told my son when I die, you gonna be a rich little bastard. Like
Yeah.
he made sure that he owned property, he owned his music, like all of that, so they don't have to fight nobody for it, or so they're good.
Yeah.
But I feel like too, like when Ashanti came out, like it's like I'm just trying to sign wherever I can because oh my
Like
God, I have a
Jasmine.
deal.
Yeah.
Like Jasmine.
Well, I
I
think
ain't never
Jasmine
seen
was
no
a
money
little-
like this.
Right, and I think back then, I don't even
Yeah.
think necessarily it was about the money. It was about the opportunity.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because then it was like, oh shit, you want to sign me? Okay,
Yeah.
cool.
You
I'm
know
gonna
I
do this.
can't sing and you want to sing?
Hello,
The shade.
baby. So,
She's beautiful.
Because that's why Keisha Cole signed hers too. But listen,
She's beautiful too.
Oh my God.
gorgeous. But I feel like with Future, I feel like it was more business minded,
Yeah.
and like you said, he is consistent with what he comes out with. So even though he has a lot of stuff that he sold, he can always create more, and it's a separate entity.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
I'm torn. I'm
Mhm.
torn. Now, I don't know much about. Don't get me jazz jams. I don't know much about the music industry and how that part works of it. But for me, when I think of ownership, like that stuff is only going to be more valuable as the years go on. So for me, on one end, I'm like, no, like keep your stuff because it's gonna just continue to be more valuable. Like
Yeah.
you gonna when you do decide or your family decide when you're gone on to glory that they want to sell these things, they're gonna get way more than what you can get today in 2022
Exactly.
for it. That's this side.
Yeah.
But then the other side, like you're right, he can make more. Like he's
Right.
consistent and on top of what he's doing. So. I don't know.
And to add
don't
to
know.
what you said about it
growing.
it's I'm thinking about it too now. If he sells it, he can take the money that he got and invest it either
Yeah.
back into those masters.
But they
But
don't be
still,
want to
they
get
don't
it
do
back.
that.
Yeah.
No. I didn't mean buy them back. He can still invest into them. So when they use them, he's
Yeah.
still getting paid off of that.
This is
I
not-
get that, but that's a
Also-
percentage. When you
Yeah.
could be
That
getting the
too.
whole.
No, that too. No, I get it. I'm saying like, I feel like he probably was looking at it from, like, investment standpoint. Like, I can reinvest in my own stuff, get a percentage, and he doesn't even have to reinvest the whole 8 figures. That could be a portion of it, and then he can invest the rest of it into something else that's going to be continuous residual income while he's making new music that he'll keep the ownership of.
I get that. I just ain't gonna never want a portion of something when I can have the whole and continue to do whatever I want with it.
Yeah, I agree with
but he
everything
also a street
Tay
nigga,
said.
so.
I agree with everything Tay said. I think
smart,
I think that it was definitely business. I don't think that he just went and signed a paper because he's been in the industry
and
a
he's
while.
smart.
Yeah.
But to Tay's point, whenever you're going on, you already know. It's people gonna be streaming. And it might be 50 years from now, but you're gonna get more money and it's gonna set your kids up.
Yeah,
because you're still gonna have money now. Does Future trick off a lot?
So was he in a little bit
kids, probably in some debt and some situations he need to get out of?
Girl, you ain't gonna talk about Future like that.
But he
Let me call Nona.
he be tricking off now. He say he be tricking
Responsibly.
Nah.
Responsibly.
Anyway, no, seriously.
But to piggyback to the episode from last week on the dying rate, that's a point too.
I was gonna.
So if you sell everything and then somebody decide that they don't like you and you don't need to live no more, they gonna unalive you tomorrow.
That's when you try to buy it back. Then that's when, because you gotta look the people that try to go and buy back their masters. Those are ones. So that's what I was gonna say. As long as he does not plan to buy them back. Yeah. Once you sell them, be done with them, because if not, then you might be unalive tomorrow.
Okay. And I just think about like Prince family, Michael Jackson family.
Exactly.
Like, all them people that are gone on the glory and the trouble that their families have with people releasing shit that they ain't got no. Like you releasing shit, you ain't talk to us, you ain't ask us nothing. You just making money off of their stuff.
That's the one thing about selling it. It's like that sucks because. The estate for these people literally have no control of. Just like Aaliyah music was not on Apple Music for so long.
But you see, Nipsey Hussle didn't have them problems either because he owned all his stuff too.
Yeah. So it's definitely a weird situation. I don't know. The 8 figures probably would have been like, but I don't know. I just pray that he'll be okay and that going forward,
and all of his kids.
Yeah,
all of them.
Yeah, I feel like we make very valid points on the one perspective, like it's better to own, and I feel like he probably knows that. So if he made that decision, it was for a reason.
Yeah.
Because like Tay said, he's smart, so he didn't just go in there and say, "Hey, look at all them zeros, baby. Y'all can have
it." He done seen them zeros before.
Right. That's what I'm like.
He's been in the industry a long time, so I'm sure he ain't just signed on a dotted line.
Yeah. So like you said, hopefully he'll be good, and we'll just stay at that man tax break.
Right.
Okay.
Well, I don't know what I do.
I'm trying to get in there.
Yeah.
Okay. So
I think I signed. I ain't gonna even lie to you.
You hit us with some vocals at the beginning, so make sure you keep the ownership.
Right. I don't think I would sign a BSD or starting out, but probably selling off certain stuff. I don't know. But I ain't gonna like March Madness. I feel like they gonna own down the line, use this stuff in movies and all. I just like y'all said, it's gonna be way bigger profit, but I'm sure he's doing something to double, triple, quadruple that. So let me mind my business.
I mean, even on a scale of in our tax bracket, when you start to own certain things, a home or whatever, depending on what area you're in, people are gonna come, or like we get stuff in the mail. Hey, we'll buy your property from you, and we like no.
Yeah,
because we're not
true.
We're not
trying to buy my mama house. She
I
feel like I just got here.
I get text messages about my mama's house. I'm like, hey, Jessica, can we buy your house? Baby, this ain't my house. Who told you this was my house? I ain't got nobody permission to sell this house. You need to call me.
And they're not going to give you that, especially from people that, like we have family that live in the hood, but they're gentrifying it. So they're like, okay, we're going to give you $200,000 for this house that's paid off because your grandma was living in here, or your mom, dad, whatever. This is a family home. I give you $200,000 for it. Our folks ain't never seen that type of money at one time.
Even with that, I go back and forth because on one end, I'm like, okay, they gonna give you triple what you paid for what you owe on this house. So the hood already might be a little dangerous for you. So take your money and go on somewhere safer, get you something bigger, something better. However, the other side, the business side of me is like, no, because if you want my house, that means it's big plans gonna go on right here. So that means the equity in my house is gonna
and the hood ain't gonna be the hood no more.
The hood ain't gonna be the hood no more. So then I'm gonna go go.
it.
I might sell it to the big dogs when they come after I'm the last
Exactly.
one on the block.
Exactly.
I
Because I'm gonna have to be the
literally-
last one.
I just
Yeah.
drove through a neighborhood in Dallas the other day, and I saw, like the house that we stayed in Houston, the Airbnb. It was 2 of them like that, and
And then the rest
it
was the hood.
I was looking and I was like, see, and that would be me, because baby, you ain't finna run me out my house.
and
I don't care.
I'm gonna tell y'all what they do is they take one lot and they put 2 houses on it. So
Absolutely.
that one house that they done gave you $200, maybe $300,000
They finna make
for,
bank.
Yeah.
they're getting ready to put 2 tall skinnies there, and they're
Mhm.
gonna sell them for $600,000 each.
They finna make
Mhm.
bank.
Yep.
Yep.
They
Yeah.
finna make
So
bank.
your lot is worth over $1 million.
So when I come knocking on your door asking you to sell, just sell to me. Don't sell to them other people.
No, your lot is worth at least $1 million.
Okay.
I ain't giving you $1 million.
Know your worth, baby. Know your worth.
So I think that tied, like the future conversation tied right into ownership. That flowed really well.
Yeah.
I would say the takeaways from this episode is keep doing what we doing, millennials. Continue to seek ownership, but when there are opportunities for you to help somebody else build their empire, and you go and you help them build their empire, if you cannot continue to give the type of service, the type of values that people are expecting of you. So, yeah, I think that is a great way to end it. So,
Yeah.
always remember, keep it cute, but never put it on mute.
And that's how you stay pretty vocal.